Still got it. Still got it. All right, girl. Show me where it hurts.
Aha! Just as the prophecy foretold.
That'll do. Junk tech. Patent pending.
Oh, come on. Don't do this to me now. Told you I'm not walking.
Now this is a road trip. She's waking up. You think this is gonna stop me? Close doesn't count twice. Let's wait her out, old girl. Storms pass. This ain't on any map.
Well, wasn't expecting that.
Some detours you don't take twice.
Road never ends. You just decide when to stop looking back.
They say the road teaches you who you are when there's no one left to pretend for. It's just you, your thoughts, the sound of rubber on dirt, and the wind whispering secrets through the trees. That morning started clean, quiet. The kind of stillness that only happens deep in the woods, birds not yet brave enough to start their song, dew still holding its grip on the leaves. Sun just cracking through the canopy like it had someplace better to be. I stepped out of the cabin with a bag over my shoulder, my goggles on my head, and the kind of grin that only shows up when you're running from nothing and headed toward everything. The van sat out front, crooked and stubborn, covered in moss and wisdom. I built her from scraps. An old military frame, rusted suspension, patched up wheels I traded with a raccoon for a stack of canned beans. She wasn't pretty, but she ran, usually. That morning, she did more than run. She roared, the kind of sound that shakes the birds off branches and wakes up old ghosts. I turned the key and she growled to life, dashboard lights flickering like a campfire caught in the wind. I slapped the roof, dropped it into gear, and rumbled off down a forgotten road that didn't show up on GPS or folklore. Just me in the wilderness. About 20 miles in, I felt it. A hiccup, small and sneaky, like a splinter in your toe. Before the infection sets in, the van lurched, just slightly, like it tripped on something the road didn't want me to see. Then came the smell, burning oil mixed with old regret. The engine coughed once, then again, louder, more desperate. I pulled off onto a turnout surrounded by trees, so thick you'd think they were guarding a secret. As soon as I popped the hood, she let out a hiss. A long, angry breath like she'd been holding it in all morning. Smoke curled up into the sky, engine steaming like a geyser about to blow. Wires were melted, hoses drooped like wet vines, and a copper coil had snapped clean in half. I stared at it for a while, not angry, just disappointed. This road was supposed to be clean, smooth, quiet. I wasn't ready to be stranded. But when you've lived as long as I have, you stop expecting smooth rides. You just learn how to fix what breaks. So I got to work. Took off the coat, rolled up my sleeves. Well, sleeve, the other one was already torn, and grabbed my ragged tool pouch from under the floorboard. It's not much, But it's gotten me through worse. A bent wrench, some pliers missing a spring, a screwdriver I carved out of bone and stone years ago. I surveyed the damage. The main hose was shot, the ignition wire was fried, and the battery? Don't even ask. I needed parts, and there wasn't exactly an auto shop nearby, just trees, rocks, and whatever the earth was willing to give up. So I went searching. Walked a quarter mile into the woods and found a busted communication tower I remembered from years back. It had collapsed in a storm, vines growing through its frame. Inside the debris, I scavenged copper wiring, metal shavings, even a chunk of plastic I could reshape. Hauled it back, sweating and panting, claws full of dirt and blood from a nasty bramble bush that didn't like being touched. The sky had started to change by the time I got back. Clouds crawling in, wind picking up, air getting heavy like something was about to fall. Still, I worked. Wrapped the busted coil in copper, tied it down with bark strips reinforced with sap, rebuilt a fuse box using an old lighter, a flat rock, and some intuition. I stitched the hose with vine fiber, sealed it with pine pitch and pressure. It was ugly, but it was mine. After 2 hours of sweat, curse, and improvisation, I wiped the grime from my face and stepped back. This was the moment. The test. I climbed in, turned the key. First try, nothing. Just a sad little click like the van was saying, "Try again, fool." Second try, the dashboard flickered. A cough, a rattle, then silence. I closed my eyes. Took a deep breath, and she roared back to life. It wasn't clean, it wasn't smooth. But it was loud, and it was real. Smoke cleared. Gauges stabilized. The steering wheel vibrated like it missed me. I laughed, loud from the gut, the kind of laugh that comes after surviving something small but significant. I slapped the dash, and "We ain't done yet, girl." Climbed back out, checked everything one more time. Bolts holding, wires not sparking, no leaking fluids. And with the storm creeping in fast, I jumped back in, shut the door, and threw it into gear. Tires kicked up dust and mud. Engine howled like a beast with something to prove. And we were back on the road. A little bruised, a little smoky, but alive. That van and I. We've been through blizzards, ambushes, even one alien incident I still don't have the words for. But that breakdown, that was something special. It reminded me that nothing worth traveling is easy. That sometimes the road gives you trouble just to make sure you still deserve the miles ahead. And I'll tell you this, if you ever find yourself stuck, stranded, steam pouring from your dreams, panic. Don't quit. Grab a wrench, dig deep, and fix it. Because the road ain't done with you. Not yet.